right? We'd be magnetically linked to these planets. Okay? It wouldn't be gravity. It wouldn't be weak gravity. It'd be very strong. Same thing goes for stars. Stars don't really follow gravity either. Planets do. Stars don't. Reason being is stars are basically just plasma. All right? And in so being, they have a very strong magnetic pull to each other and a push. Because the galaxy works the way it does with its core, the core always controls everything, right? And all these stars are pointing north to south and spinning in the same direction. And there's a reason for that. Because if it gets out of sync, it's going against the flow of everything else, and it basically gets beat up and tore up and either spit out or corrected or eaten. I'll think of stars colliding, stuff like that. So when you're looking at the galaxy, I'm not doing gravity. I'm doing Maxwell. I'm doing Lorentz. I am doing charged particles. Because that big storm cloud you see in a galaxy, when you zoom way out and look at it, it looks like a storm cloud. That is all charged particles. That's suns. Star after star after star with plasma in between. All right? And it creates a massive magnetic field with a whole lot of power behind it. So if you want to know what that glow is at the edge of the galaxies, that is the edge of the magnetic field that is being generated by each and every star in that galaxy. It creates a massive, granted very weak, but when you look at the size of it, the sheer size of it is just overwhelming. And it is massive. It is bigger than the galaxy. And it rotates with the core, with the galaxy. And it all holds itself together by magnetism, which is much stronger than gravity. But it also helps balance the stars a little bit. They actually push and pull with each other because of the way magnetism works. They don't just pull. They push and they pull. I'm going to start studying before too long. I'm going to start studying the connections our star has with our 4 surrounding neighbors. Because I know there is a magnetic connection between them. And what happens with them is going to affect our sun. Maybe just a little bit. But it's going to affect it. In my belief. That's not a fact. That's just, right now it's a belief. I'm going to start studying that later when I get this all done. I still got to do the, I lost my damn, everything's in like 16 different papers. I got to put it all together. And I'm mixing up all my equations right now, and I got to get it all straightened out. Once I do, I got to get all this put on software. And it'll make it very easy to calculate a galactic rotation using Maxwell, Lorentz, a little bit of repairs for me. I started with GEM, but first thing I did was want to correct that. I wanted to correct that. I had to go back and get the deleted parts from Maxwell, because that guy actually deleted Maxwell stuff, and then, you know, yeah. But anyways, but there's a lot of other things. There's electric universe, plasma universe. I look at them a little bit cross-eyed and a little bit hoorah with some of it. Some of it they're right on, and other parts of it I'm like, yeah. So I'm just doing my own thing. I'm doing my own thing, and I do better that way. I like to learn, and when I disagree with a theory, that doesn't mean I disagree with the entire theory. I can take bits and pieces and parts and pieces of this theory, that theory, from this study, that study, and put it all together, all right, to make it all function. And in doing so is what allows me to see the universe the way I see it, and to understand things the way I understand it, so that I can put it all together into one simple equation, so that we can finally have a unified gravitational system. Because it's more than one thing that makes gravity. More than one thing. But it is unified. The only difference being is what Lorentz called retarded time, and he also put it down in general relativity. Einstein took that from Lorentz. That was time dilation. That's more like for people, but it works on planets and stuff like that too. You got to change the gravity for it, obviously. But the end result is everything has a frequency. Everything has a frequency. And that's where a lot of Einstein's understanding comes in about where you are determines how you see things. In time, in space, everything. All right? That all comes from understanding how the universe works. But when we intentionally break it at the atomic scale, everything becomes a mess real quick.